Rod Brassfield, he's all time carrying on and acting crazy. He says to me, why don't you take that mistletoe off of your hat? Don't you know Christmas is through? I said, yeah, but I ain't. Oh, we had such a fine Christmas. Oh, I wish y'all could have been with us up there at Grinder Switch. Oh, the house was all lit up, and the Christmas tree was all lit up, and Uncle Nabob was there, too. Oh, we had a fine time. And I want you to know that Uncle Nabob of mine is an awful good-hearted old boy. Every Christmas Eve, he goes around from house to house and plays Santa Claus. He must enjoy what he does, because on Christmas morning, almost every young'un in town was singing, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Well, sure though, Uncle Nabob's awful hard to get a gift for. I declare. I remember last year we got him a bathrobe. Well, sir, he just griped all year long about having to take a bath with that robe on. It is so unhandy. Well, sir, though, maybe some folks get the wrong impression when I tell these little things about Uncle Nabob. But I want to tell you here and now that Uncle Nabob says he can't remember ever, excuse me, in all his life, he can't remember ever having done anything to be ashamed of. That's what he said. I said, Uncle Nabob, you mean you got a clear conscience? He said, no, poor memory. We always depend on something interesting happening down in Grinder Switch on Christmas. I met one of Link Shank's little old young'uns on Christmas Day, and I said, well, what'd you find under the Christmas tree this morning? He says, Pappy, Mammy hit him over the head with it last night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With the Christmas tree is what I'm talking about. Well, sir, I didn't have nobody kiss me under the mistletoe. Not this year. I'll tell you, I guess there's a fear to kiss me because Uncle Nabob bought him a shotgun here about 2 or 3 years ago. He said he's going to shoot the first fella that tried to kiss me. You know what happened? Me and the shotgun got rusty together. Well, so though I wanted to get something nice for Brother, and me and Mammy was talking about it. I said, let's get him an encyclopedia. And Mammy said, no, I'll not get him one of them things. He'd never learn to ride it. And if he did, says, I ain't having him riding no encyclopedia to school and the rest of them young'uns are walking. Now, that's all right. We had a hard time with Brother, though. We had so many kinfolks visiting us that we put him out in the barn to sleep. I said next morning, I said, Brother, did you have a hard time sleeping out there in the barn? Did you get cold? He said, no, I had all them old dogs out there with me, and every time it got cold, I just pulled up another dog. Well, that is like the first time my brother ever went to town. My brother ever went to town and stayed at a hotel. And he went to the hotel and he started to sign the register at the hotel, and he didn't know how to write. And so he put an X down there, you know, where he's supposed to register. About that time, one of the bellboys looked around as a pretty girl went walking through the lobby, and Brother kind of looked at it, and the bellboy said, I can introduce you to her if you'd like for me to, and Brother put a circle around the X. And the boy said, what'd you do that for? Brother said, if I'm going to do anything like that, I don't want to give him a right name. It's just ain't no wonder that my feller worries about me when I leave Grinder Switch and come up here on Saturday night. Somebody's all-time flirting with me. Now, that's the truth. Coming down here tonight in this city bus right here in Nashville, the bus driver was just flirting with me. I was getting ready to get off, and I says, real polite-like, I said, should I get off at the front end or the back end of this bus? He said, suit yourself, sister. The bus stops at both ends. I wished I had a nickel for every time a fella's flirted with me. I'd buy me a pack of gum. Well, the big news this week, it Grind the Switch was our annual and yearly baby show. Oh, I tell you right now, that baby show we had, it was a howling success, I'll tell you. Everybody knowed we was putting on the baby show just from the weather report. It said, very damp today, followed by squalls. Well, though Susie Swivel, I got kind of put out with her. She's bragging about how smart her little young'un was. She says he spoke his first word when he wasn't but a week old. When they pinned her down to tell what the first word was that the baby said, she said, well, I could hear it just as plain as anything. He said, Bert. Well, though, I tell you, they had one cute little old bitty young'un, little old pink dimpled young'un that said,
Howdy, Minnie.
Oh, Rodley Brassfield, I guess you all right in this baby talk we're having. You come from a pretty big family, didn't you, Rodley?
Oh, big, Minnie. My brother Saginaw, he claims that I'm only distantly related to him on account of he was my mommy's first baby and I was the 18th one.
Oh, Rodley, that ain't a family, that's a settlement. I understand that the reason y'all had such a big family is on account of because your folks would find some clothes that wasn't wore out and had to have a little young'un to wear them.
That's right, Minnie Pearl, that's right. And believe me, they sure had a time making the kids and the clothes come out even.
Oh, Rodley, looks like you had even a bigger family than Orson Tugwell. You know, they had 12 children altogether.
12 altogether?
Well, not all.
Altogether?
No, not altogether, one at a time. But they had Miss Tugwell told me that she had found something that was really fine now.
Yeah.
She seen in one of them catalogs where they had a playpen
Playpen.
advertised.
Well?
She got her a playpen. It works out just fine.
Must do.
Yeah, she gets in that playpen and them little young'uns can't get to her at all. Just sits there all day long.
Don't pinch me.
Rodley. But I was just starting to tell y'all something just now about Ms. Orson Tugwell. As a matter of fact, she, this past year, didn't have a baby. Usually she does, but this past year she don't. And I said, well, Ms. Tugwell, what in the world happened? This year you didn't have one. She said, I got me a hearing aid. I said, well, what's that got to do with it? And she said, well, before I got the hearing aid at night, the old man would say, you want to go to sleep or what? And I'd say, what? But you know what them Tugwells do with all them children? When they get ready to have a birthday party, Rodley, they just go ahead and have a birthday party anytime they want to.
Why?
Well, they know it's bound to fit somebody. Bye now, see you next time.